Morning Chamber members. Welcome to Monday Minute for Monday, November the 18th, 2019. It's hard to imagine that we're only about 6 weeks before the end of the year. This year has flown by so quickly. I have a few items for you to contemplate this week, or some articles to read. First of all, the Canadian Chamber of Commerce is urging premiers to drop tariffs and trade barriers amongst provinces. There's an article I've attached for you there. Basically, they're talking that if the provinces reduced the trade barriers amongst provinces, the economy would grow by the size of a Manitoba, New Brunswick, PEI, and other provinces all together. So there certainly would be benefits to all of us if premiers and provinces worked harder on interprovincial trade. They certainly are lauding some of the provinces who have been working on that issue, and we hope to see more of that in the future. Secondly, I'd like to talk about Global Entrepreneurship Week, and besides entrepreneurs creating new businesses, there's a couple of key things. Of course, they add to our GDP, and they also help community development, and that's the key issue for us here locally. Of course, we know a lot of their money comes into the community and stays here, so we certainly want to applaud all of you that are entrepreneurs and wish to encourage those that are contemplating becoming an entrepreneur. And in that vein, of course, next week on Tuesday, we have our celebration of women in business, Holly and Heels. Our guest Val Sleuth will be here, so I encourage you to look to attend that as well. And then we have an article there, 5 Minutes for Business this week, The Shortest Decade. It's called Addressing the Coming Climate Crunch. It's a good read, actually, to talk about some of the investments business is making in climate change and how they can work within your business to make it more green. They're urging the government to do some work in that regard as well, not just penalize people, but to look at other solutions. And then we had the opportunity, three of us, to attend the Premier's breakfast last week, at which he unveiled the Saskatchewan's growth plan for the coming decade, 2020 to 2030. There were some very interesting announcements at the time, some things that may help us here in the Northwest. And it was encouraging to hear the positivity in the room from the Premier, even though things have been a little bit more difficult with Ottawa of recent. So I encourage you, we've attached the link, you can certainly take a look at that and read through that growth plan. It will be important that we all work together to achieve those targets. On the local front, I want to take the opportunity to thank all of those who participated and our sponsors for the Chamber on Tap series this year. We held our last one, the fifth one, last Thursday evening, so that was a lot of fun, and I hope that you'll consider either coming next year or sponsoring and being part of that Chamber on Tap program for 2020. Anyway, I wish you a great day in business, and I know the Christmas season has started. All the open houses and so on are well underway. So I wish you a great week in business, and also for those depending on a Christmas season, hoping that you have a great season as well. Take care, and we'll see you next week.